10 things to get rich, change your financial future. What if your financial future could change because of the decisions you make today? What if becoming wealthy isn't about luck? What if there are principles that ordinary people use to create extraordinary wealth? The truth is this: rich people often think differently. They act differently. They manage their time differently. They manage their money differently. And the good news is, you can learn those habits too. Today, we're going on a journey through 10 powerful things that can completely change your financial future. Take a deep breath. Open your mind. Because one idea in this video could change your life forever. Point 1. Take responsibility for your financial life. There comes a moment in every person's life when they must make a decision. A decision that can change their future forever. A decision to stop blaming and start building. A decision to stop complaining and start taking responsibility. Because the truth is this: the day you take responsibility for your financial life is the day your financial life begins to change. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in possibility. And breathe out excuses. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Because this message can change your financial future. Many people want to be rich. Many people dream about financial freedom. Many people imagine living in a beautiful house, traveling the world, and taking care of their families. But very few people ask themselves this important question: am I taking responsibility for my financial life? It's easy to blame the economy. It's easy to blame your parents. It's easy to blame your country. It's easy to blame your job. But blaming never makes anyone rich. Blaming gives your power away. Responsibility gives your power back. The moment you say, I am responsible for improving my financial future, everything changes. Because now you are no longer a victim. Now you become a creator. There was once a farmer. Every year he complained. The rain is bad. The soil is bad. The market is bad. Meanwhile, another farmer in the same village worked hard. He learned new methods. He planted better seeds. He improved his farming. After a few years, the second farmer became wealthy. The first farmer was still complaining. The difference was not luck. The difference was responsibility. A young man wanted to become rich. Every day he blamed everyone. My family is poor. My friends don't support me. There are no opportunities. One day an old man said, everything may not be your fault, but your future is your responsibility. Those words changed his life. He started learning. He started saving. He started working on himself. Years later, he became successful. Not because his situation changed first, but because he changed first. Many successful people started with almost nothing. Some were born in poor families. Some failed many times. Some had no connections. But they all had one thing in common. They accepted responsibility. They said, I may not control everything, but I can control my actions. And that changed their lives. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You took responsibility. You learned new skills. You made wise decisions. You managed money wisely. You invested in yourself. Now imagine the life you're living. The peace. The confidence. The opportunities. That future begins with one decision. Taking responsibility. Say these words slowly and confidently. I take responsibility for my financial future. I am the creator of my financial destiny. I make wise financial decisions. I learn and grow every day. I attract opportunities. I develop valuable skills. I become better with money every day. I refuse to blame others. I choose growth. I choose responsibility. I choose abundance. I have the power to change my financial life. I believe in my ability to create wealth. I am becoming financially stronger every day. My future is bright. I am building a life of prosperity. Ask yourself, what excuses have been holding me back financially? What habits must I change? What can I start doing today to improve my finances? If I took full responsibility, what would I do differently? What kind of financial future do I want to create? Your current situation does not have to determine your future. You may have started with very little. You may have made mistakes. You may have faced difficulties. But today is a new day. Today you can decide. I will take responsibility. And that decision can change everything. Because once you take responsibility for your financial life, you are ready to learn the skills that create wealth. Point 2. Learn high-income skills. The second thing you must do if you want to become rich is to learn high-income skills. Money follows value. The more value you can provide to the world, the more opportunities you create for yourself. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in possibility. And breathe out limitation. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Because this lesson can completely change your financial future. Many people spend years wishing they earn more money. They pray for financial breakthroughs. They dream of becoming wealthy. But very few people ask themselves this important question. What valuable skills do I have? The truth is simple. Rich people are usually very good at something. They solve problems. They create value. They develop skills that people are willing to pay for. A person who can sell can make money. A person who can communicate can make money. A person who can create content can make money. A person who can design can make money. A person who can market products can make money. A person who can manage businesses can make money. Skills create opportunities. Skills create confidence. Skills create wealth. Imagine two friends. Both start with the same amount of money. Both have the same dream of becoming successful. The first friend spends all of his free time watching entertainment and complaining about life. The second friend spends 1 hour every day learning something new. He reads books. He watches educational videos. He practices new skills. At first, there is very little difference between them. But after 1 year, the second friend knows things the first friend does not know. After 5 years, the difference becomes enormous. One has grown. The other has remained the same. Why? Because knowledge compounds. Skills compound. Growth compounds. A young man once wanted to become rich. But he came from a poor family. He had no money and no connections. Instead of complaining, he made a decision. He decided to become valuable. Every day he learned. Every day he practiced. Every day he improved himself. Years later, companies wanted his skills. People wanted his knowledge. His income changed because his value changed. Remember this. Your income often grows in proportion to the value you bring to others. The marketplace rewards people who solve problems. The world rewards people who make life easier for others. That is why learning is so powerful. A new skill can change your future. A new skill can change your confidence. A new skill can completely transform your life. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 3 years from now. You committed yourself to learning. You became disciplined. You developed valuable skills. You improved your communication. You improved your knowledge. You became someone who can solve problems. Now imagine the opportunities coming into your life. Imagine the confidence you feel. Imagine the financial freedom you are building. That future starts with one decision. The decision to learn. The decision to grow. The decision to invest in yourself. Say these words slowly and confidently. I invest in myself. I learn new skills every day. I become more valuable every day. I improve myself consistently. I develop abilities that create opportunities. I grow in knowledge and wisdom. I am capable of learning. I am capable of mastering new skills. I attract opportunities because I provide value. I believe in my ability to grow. I believe in my ability to succeed. I choose learning over excuses. I choose growth over comfort. I choose improvement every day. I become better and better. I am building a prosperous future. I am creating opportunities for myself. I become wiser every day. I become stronger every day. I become more valuable every day. Ask yourself, what skill could completely change my life? What have I always wanted to learn? What valuable skill can I start developing today? How different could my life be in 5 years if I never stopped learning? What kind of person could I become if I dedicated myself to growth? Take a deep breath. And remember this. The greatest investment you can ever make is in yourself. Money can be lost. Opportunities can disappear. But knowledge and skills stay with you. No one can take away what you learn. No one can take away the value you create. The more you grow, the more your opportunities grow. The more your knowledge grows, the more your income can grow. Because once you begin learning valuable skills, you begin preparing yourself for financial freedom. Point 3. Learn how to manage money wisely. The third thing you must do if you want to become rich is to learn how to manage money wisely. Because making money and keeping money are two completely different skills. Many people earn money, but they never build wealth. Why? Because they never learn how to manage what they have. Take a deep breath in, and slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in wisdom, and breathe out financial confusion. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Because this lesson can save you years of financial struggle. Imagine two people. The first person earns a lot of money. Every month he buys things he doesn't need. He spends to impress people. He lives beyond his means. At the end of every month, he has nothing left. The second person earns less money. But he saves. He plans. He invests. He thinks about the future. 10 years later, the first person is still struggling. The second person is financially free. The difference was not income. The difference was money management. Money is like water. If you don't control where it goes, it disappears. Many people say, if I had more money, my problems would disappear. But that's not always true. If a person cannot manage a little money, they often struggle to manage a lot of money. Wealth begins with good habits, not with a certain amount of money. A young man once received a large amount of money. He was excited. He bought expensive clothes. He bought a new phone. He spent money on things that made him look rich. Within 1 year, the money was gone. Another young man received the same amount. He saved part of it. He invested part of it. He used part of it to learn new skills. Years later, that money had multiplied. One became poorer. The other became wealthier. The difference was wisdom. Think about a farmer. A farmer does not eat all his seeds. He keeps some seeds for the next planting season. Rich people think the same way. They do not spend everything they earn. They save. They invest. They prepare for the future. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine receiving a large amount of money today. What would you do with it? Would you spend it all? Or would you make decisions that help your future? Now imagine yourself 5 years from now. You learn to budget. You learn to save. You learn to invest. You became disciplined with money. You stopped buying things just to impress others. Imagine the peace you would feel. Imagine the confidence. Imagine having money working for you. That future begins with one decision. The decision to become wise with money. Remember this. Every coin has a purpose. Every amount matters. Small savings become big savings. Small investments become big investments. Small habits become a wealthy future. Another story. There was once an old man who lived a simple life. People thought he was poor because he did not show off. But after many years, they discovered he had built significant wealth. How? He spent less than he earned. He invested consistently. He remained patient. He understood something that many people never learn. Wealth is not about looking rich. Wealth is about becoming financially secure. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I am wise with money. I respect money. I manage money wisely. I make intelligent financial decisions. I spend with purpose. I save consistently. I invest in my future. I become better with money every day. I control my finances. I do not let money control me. I build healthy financial habits. I think long term. I prepare for my future. I attract financial wisdom. I create financial peace. I become financially disciplined. I become financially responsible. I become financially strong. I make wise choices. I honor every opportunity. I am a good steward of money. I grow my wealth patiently. I make decisions that serve my future. I believe in my ability to build wealth. I deserve financial freedom. I am learning every day. I am growing every day. I am becoming wiser every day. Money flows into my life and I manage it wisely. I create abundance through discipline. I create wealth through good habits. Again, I am wise with money. I am disciplined with money. I am responsible with money. I make decisions that build my future. I am becoming financially free. Ask yourself, what habits are hurting my finances? Do I spend more than I earn? Do I save regularly? Am I preparing for my future? What changes can I make today? What kind of financial life do I want 5 years from now? Take a deep breath. Think deeply. Because one wise financial decision today can completely change your tomorrow. Remember, money is a wonderful servant but a terrible master. Learn to control it. Learn to respect it. Learn to manage it. Because when you become wise with money, money becomes a tool that helps you build the life you desire. And once you learn to manage money wisely, you are ready for the next principle of getting rich. You must learn to save and invest for the future. Point 4. Save and invest for the future. The fourth thing you must do if you want to become rich is to learn how to save and invest. Because earning money alone does not make you rich. Saving and investing are what turn income into wealth. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in wisdom. And breathe out every habit of wastefulness. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Because this lesson can change not only your future but also the future of your family. Imagine two people. Both earn the same amount of money every month. The first person spends everything. Every new gadget. Every new fashion. Every new trend. By the end of the month, nothing is left. The second person saves a portion of every income. Then invests a portion for the future. 5 years later, the difference is incredible. One is still living from paycheck to paycheck. The other has built financial security. The difference was not income. The difference was what they did with the money they earned. There was once an old farmer. Every harvest season, he sold his crops. But he never ate or sold everything. He always kept some seeds. People laughed at him. They said, "You are keeping too much." But the farmer understood something important. The seeds he saved today would become tomorrow's harvest. Money works the same way. The money you save and invest today can become your future freedom. Many people want a big harvest tomorrow. But they consume all their seeds today. Remember this. Not every dollar should be spent. Some of it must be planted. Some of it must be saved. Some of it must be invested. Another story. Two friends started working at the same company. The first friend said, "I'll start saving when I earn more money." The second friend said, "I'll start saving with whatever I have." Year after year, the first friend kept waiting. The second friend kept saving and investing. 10 years later, the first friend was still struggling. The second friend had built wealth. The secret was not earning more. The secret was starting early. Small amounts saved consistently can become something extraordinary. Think about planting a tree. You plant a small seed today. You water it. You protect it. You stay patient. Years later, that tiny seed becomes a giant tree. Investing works exactly the same way. The earlier you plant your financial seeds, the greater your future harvest can become. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. You saved consistently. You invested wisely. You remained disciplined. Now imagine having financial peace. Imagine having options. Imagine not worrying about every bill. Imagine being able to help your family. Imagine having money working for you. That future starts with one small decision. The decision to save. The decision to invest. The decision to think long term. Many people say, "I don't have enough money to save." But remember this. You do not need to start big. You simply need to start. A small amount saved every month is better than waiting forever. Small actions repeated consistently create big results. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I save money consistently. I invest in my future. I think long term. I build wealth patiently. I am financially disciplined. I am financially wise. I respect my future. I prepare for tomorrow. I make smart financial decisions. I plant seeds for future abundance. I create financial security. I build wealth one step at a time. I become better with money every day. I choose patience over impulse. I choose wisdom over wastefulness. I trust the process of building wealth. I save with purpose. I invest with confidence. I create opportunities for myself. I build financial freedom. I am becoming wealthier every day. I attract abundance. I make decisions that benefit my future. I am capable of creating wealth. I honor every financial opportunity. I believe in delayed gratification. I choose discipline. I choose growth. I choose prosperity. I choose a wealthy future. Again. I save consistently. I invest wisely. I think long term. I build wealth patiently. I am creating financial freedom. Now ask yourself, what would happen if I started saving today? What small amount can I begin investing every month? Am I thinking about my future or only about today? What financial seeds am I planting? What kind of life do I want 10 years from now? Take a moment. Think deeply. Because your future is being built by the decisions you make today. The wealthy often think differently. They understand that money should not only be earned. It should also be protected. It should be grown. It should be multiplied. Remember this powerful truth. Money saved gives you security. Money invested gives you freedom. Money multiplied gives you options. And options can change your life. So start where you are. Start with what you have. Start today. Plant your financial seeds. Protect them. Nurture them. Be patient. Because one day, you will enjoy the harvest. And once you learn to save and invest, you are ready for the next principle of getting rich. You must learn to avoid bad debt and unnecessary spending. Point 5. Avoid bad debt and unnecessary spending. The fifth thing you must do if you want to become rich is to avoid bad debt and unnecessary spending. Because it is not only how much money you make that matters. It is also how much money you keep. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in wisdom. And breathe out financial pressure. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Because this lesson has the power to protect your future. Many people work hard for their money. They wake up early. They sacrifice. They put in long hours. Yet at the end of every month, they wonder, where did all my money go? The answer is often simple. Bad spending habits. Unnecessary debt. Buying things they cannot afford. Trying to impress people who are not paying their bills. Remember this. Looking rich and being rich are two different things. Some people drive expensive cars but are drowning in debt. Some people wear expensive clothes but have no savings. Some people appear wealthy on the outside but are struggling on the inside. True wealth is not about appearances. True wealth is about financial peace. There were once two friends. The first friend bought everything he wanted immediately. If he saw something he liked, he borrowed money. If he wanted a new phone, he borrowed money. If he wanted expensive clothes, He borrowed money. His debt kept growing. The second friend was different. He asked himself one question before buying anything. Do I need this, or do I simply want it? Because of this habit, he spent wisely. He avoided unnecessary debt. He built savings. Years later, one friend was stressed and overwhelmed. The other had financial freedom. The difference was not income. The difference was discipline. Think about a bucket filled with water. If there are holes in the bucket, the water slowly disappears. Your finances work the same way. Unnecessary spending creates holes in your financial bucket. Impulse buying creates holes. Living beyond your means creates holes. Trying to impress others creates holes. No matter how much money enters your life, it will continue leaking out until you fix those holes. Another story. A young woman wanted to become wealthy. Every month she made a list of things she wanted to buy. Then she waited 3 days before buying anything. After 3 days, she realized that many of those things were unnecessary. That simple habit saved her a lot of money. Small decisions can create big results. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You avoided unnecessary debt. You controlled your spending. You lived below your means. You saved more. You invested more. Now imagine the peace you feel. Imagine opening your bank account without fear. Imagine having choices and opportunities. That future begins with wise decisions today. Ask yourself, am I buying things to improve my life or to impress people? Do I spend money because of emotions? Do I often buy things I don't need? What habits are stealing my financial future? Remember this powerful truth. Every unnecessary purchase delays your financial freedom. Every bad debt steals from your future. Every wise decision brings you closer to wealth. This does not mean you should never enjoy your money. It means you should spend intentionally. Spend with purpose. Spend with wisdom. Spend according to your priorities. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I am wise with money. I spend with purpose. I avoid unnecessary debt. I control my spending. I make smart financial decisions. I think before I buy. I respect my future. I protect my financial peace. I choose discipline over impulse. I choose wisdom over temporary pleasure. I am building a strong financial foundation. I live below my means. I value financial freedom. I am not controlled by material things. I make decisions that benefit my future. I avoid wasteful spending. I create healthy financial habits. I become more disciplined every day. I become more responsible every day. I become wealthier every day. I honor every opportunity to grow. I choose long-term success. I choose financial peace. I choose abundance. I am creating a better future. Again. I spend wisely. I avoid bad debt. I protect my future. I value financial freedom. I make decisions that build wealth. Now imagine your future self speaking to you. What advice would they give you? Would they tell you to keep wasting money? Or would they tell you to become more disciplined? Would they encourage more debt? Or would they encourage wisdom? Listen carefully. Your future is speaking to you today. It is asking you to become a better steward of your money. It is asking you to make decisions that your future self will thank you for. Because wealth is not built in one day. It is built through thousands of wise decisions. One decision at a time. One purchase at a time. One habit at a time. Remember this. Money should be your servant, not your master. Control your spending. Avoid bad debt. Protect your future. And when you master your money instead of letting money master you, you are ready for the next principle of getting rich. You must learn to create multiple streams of income. Point 6. Create multiple streams of income. The sixth thing you must do if you want to become rich is to create multiple streams of income. Because relying on only one source of income can be risky. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in opportunity. And breathe out limitation. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Because this lesson can completely change the way you think about money. Imagine a table standing on one leg. Would you trust it? Probably not. A table is stronger when it has many legs supporting it. Your financial life works the same way. If all your money comes from one source, your finances can become unstable. But when you have multiple streams of income, your financial foundation becomes stronger. There was once a man who had only one job. For many years, everything seemed fine. Then one day, he lost his job. Suddenly, his income disappeared. His bills remained. His responsibilities remained. But his only source of income was gone. He realized something important. Depending on one source of income had made him financially vulnerable. Another man worked a regular job too. But in his spare time, he learned new skills. He started a small business. He invested. He created other ways to earn money. Years later, even if one source slowed down, he still had others supporting him. The difference was not luck. The difference was preparation. Many wealthy people understand this principle. They don't put all their financial hopes in one place. They build multiple streams of income. Some earn money from businesses. Some invest. Some create content. Some sell products. Some develop valuable skills and offer services. They understand that every new stream of income creates another opportunity for growth. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You still have your main income. But you also have other sources of income. Perhaps you have investments. Perhaps you have a business. Perhaps you earn money from a skill you developed. Imagine the confidence you would feel. Imagine the peace. Imagine knowing that your future does not depend on only one source. That future begins with a decision today. The decision to learn. The decision to create. The decision to build. Another story. A young woman loved baking. At first, she baked only for her family. One day, a friend asked to buy one of her cakes. Then another person asked. Then another. What began as a simple hobby slowly became another source of income. Years later, she owned a successful bakery. Never underestimate your talents. Never underestimate your skills. Sometimes the thing you enjoy could become an opportunity. Sometimes the knowledge you have can become income. Sometimes your gifts can become a business. Take another deep breath. Ask yourself, what skills do I already have? What hobbies could become opportunities? What problem can I solve for other people? What can I start building today that could help me tomorrow? Remember this. You do not have to build everything at once. You can start small. A small idea can become a big opportunity. A small business can become a successful company. A small investment can grow into something significant. The important thing is to begin. To learn. To build. To keep growing. Now repeat these words slowly and confidently. I create opportunities. I build multiple streams of income. I am open to new possibilities. I develop valuable skills. I use my talents wisely. I attract opportunities. I create value for others. I become more financially secure every day. I think creatively. I think abundantly. I believe in my ability to grow. I believe in my ability to create wealth. I welcome new ideas. I welcome new opportunities. I build a strong financial future. I become wiser every day. I become more resourceful every day. I am capable of creating multiple streams of income. I do not limit myself. I continue learning. I continue growing. I continue building. I attract prosperity. I create abundance. I create financial freedom. Again. I create opportunities. I build wealth. I think abundantly. I believe in my future. I become financially stronger every day. Take another deep breath. Imagine your future self speaking to you. They are smiling. They are grateful. Because you did not settle. Because you chose to build. Because you decided to create more opportunities for yourself and your family. Remember this powerful truth. One source of income may pay your bills, but multiple streams of income can help create financial freedom. Do not be afraid to start small. Do not be afraid to learn something new. Do not be afraid to try. Because every great business, every great investment, and every great success story started with a single step. Start where you are. Use what you have. Learn what you need to learn. And keep building. Because once you begin creating multiple streams of income, you are ready for the next principle of getting rich. You must learn the power of persistence and never giving up on your financial dreams. Point 7. Never give up on your financial dreams. The seventh thing you must do if you want to become rich is to never give up on your financial dreams. Because the road to wealth is not always easy. There will be setbacks. There will be disappointments. There will be moments when you feel like nothing is working. But the people who eventually succeed are often the people who simply refuse to quit. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in courage. And breathe out discouragement. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Because this message is for the part of you that is tired. The part of you that feels behind. The part of you that wonders if your dreams are still possible. Listen carefully. Your financial journey is not a race against other people. It is a journey of growth. A journey of learning. A journey of becoming. Think about a bamboo tree. When a farmer plants a bamboo seed, he waters it. He takes care of it. But for years, nothing seems to happen. No tree appears. No growth is visible. Many people would quit. Many people would stop watering the seed. But the patient farmer keeps going. Then one day, the bamboo suddenly begins to grow rapidly. What people do not realize is that during those years, the roots were growing underneath the ground. Many financial dreams work the same way. You may not see results immediately. You may not see progress immediately. But that does not mean nothing is happening. Perhaps your roots are growing. Perhaps your knowledge is increasing. Perhaps your character is becoming stronger. Perhaps your breakthrough is closer than you think. Another story. A young man started a small business. The first month, he made almost no money. The second month, things became even harder. The third month, he wanted to quit. People laughed at him. People doubted him. People told him to give up. But he kept learning. He kept improving. He kept showing up. Years later, that small business became successful. People called him lucky. But it was not luck. It was persistence. Success often belongs to people who stay in the game long enough. Take another deep breath. Think about a child learning to walk. The child falls. Then stands up. Falls again. Then stands up again. Imagine if the child decided, I failed twice, so walking isn't for me. The child would never learn. Instead, the child keeps trying. And eventually, walking becomes easy. Your financial journey is the same. You may fail. You may make mistakes. You may lose money. You may experience disappointment. But every lesson is making you wiser. Every challenge is making you stronger. Every setback is preparing you for something greater. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You did not quit. You kept learning. You kept saving. You kept investing. You kept building. Now imagine looking back and saying, I'm so glad I didn't give up. Imagine the pride. Imagine the confidence. Imagine the financial freedom. That future is possible. But it belongs to those who keep going. Ask yourself, what dream have I almost given up on? What lesson have my struggles taught me? What would happen if I stayed committed for 5 more years? Who could I become if I refused to quit? Remember this. Temporary failure is not permanent defeat. A setback is not the end. A delay is not a denial. Some of the most successful people in the world failed many times before succeeding. Some were rejected. Some lost money. Some started over again and again. But they kept going. And because they kept going, their stories changed. Your story can change too. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I never give up on my dreams. I keep moving forward. I keep learning. I keep growing. I am resilient. I am patient. I am persistent. I trust my journey. I trust the process. I believe in my future. I believe in my potential. I refuse to quit. I refuse to give up on myself. Every challenge makes me stronger. Every obstacle teaches me something valuable. Every setback prepares me for greater success. I am becoming wiser every day. I am becoming stronger every day. I am becoming more disciplined every day. I keep showing up. I keep believing. I keep building. I have the courage to continue. I have the strength to endure. I have the power to create a better future. I am capable of financial success. I am capable of achieving my dreams. I trust that my efforts will produce results. Again, I never give up. I keep moving forward. I believe in my dreams. I believe in my future. I trust myself. Imagine your future self standing in front of you. They are successful. They are confident. They are financially secure. They smile and say, "Thank you for not quitting. Thank you for believing. Thank you for continuing when things became difficult." Listen to those words. Let them encourage you. Because your future is being built right now. One decision at a time. One effort at a time. One day at a time. Remember this powerful truth. The person who keeps going has an advantage over the person who quits. Persistence creates results. Patience creates results. Consistency creates results. So keep going. Keep learning. Keep believing. Your breakthrough may be closer than you think. And once you develop the habit of persistence, you are ready for the next principle of getting rich. You must learn to surround yourself with successful and positive people. Point 8. Surround yourself with successful and positive people. The eighth thing you must do if you want to become rich is to surround yourself with successful and positive people. Because the people around you have more influence on your life than you may realize. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in wisdom. And breathe out every negative influence. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Because this lesson can change your future. There is a saying. If you spend enough time around certain people, you begin to think like them, act like them, and eventually become like them. Think about it. If you spend every day around people who complain, you may begin to complain. If you spend every day around people who give up, you may begin to give up. If you spend every day around people who believe success is impossible, you may begin to believe the same thing. But the opposite is also true. If you spend time around people who dream big, you begin to dream bigger. If you spend time around people who work hard, you begin to work harder. If you spend time around people who believe in growth, you begin to grow. The people around you matter. There were once two young men. The first surrounded himself with negative friends. Every time he talked about his dreams, they laughed. Every time he wanted to learn something new, they discouraged him. Every time he wanted to improve his life, they told him to stay the same. Years later, he remained exactly where he started. The second young man made a different choice. He looked for people who inspired him. He listened to successful people. He read books written by people who had achieved great things. He learned from mentors. He spent time with people who encouraged him to grow. Years later, his entire life had changed. The difference was not intelligence. The difference was influence. Take another deep breath. Think about a fire. If you place a piece of wood beside burning wood, it eventually catches fire. In the same way, positive attitudes and successful habits can spread. Motivation spreads. Discipline spreads. Growth spreads. Success habits spread. Likewise, negativity spreads. Complaining spreads. Fear spreads. Excuses spread. That is why you must be careful about who you allow to influence your mind. Another story. A young woman wanted to start a business. The people around her kept saying, "It won't work. You're wasting your time. Nobody succeeds." But she refused to accept those words. Instead, she joined groups of people who were learning and growing. She listened to people who had already achieved success. Their encouragement changed her thinking. Their wisdom changed her actions. And eventually, her life changed. Never underestimate the power of the right environment. Sometimes your next level requires a new circle. A circle that inspires you. A circle that challenges you. A circle that believes in growth. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You are surrounded by positive people. People who encourage your dreams. People who challenge you to become better. People who celebrate your growth. People who inspire you to keep going. Imagine how much your confidence has grown. Imagine how much your mindset has changed. Imagine the opportunities that have entered your life. That future begins with one decision. The decision to protect your environment. The decision to choose your influences wisely. Ask yourself, who inspires me? Who encourages me to grow? Who constantly brings negativity into my life? Who challenges me to become better? Who do I want to become? And who is already living the kind of life I admire? Remember this. You do not have to remove everyone from your life. But you should be intentional about who influences your thinking. Protect your mind. Protect your dreams. Protect your future. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I surround myself with positive people. I attract wise and encouraging relationships. I learn from successful people. I protect my mindset. I choose growth. I choose wisdom. I choose positive influences. I am inspired by people who dream big. I become better every day. I welcome relationships that help me grow. I release negative influences. I release discouragement. I release limiting beliefs. I believe in my future. I believe in my dreams. I believe in my ability to succeed. I attract mentors. I attract opportunities. I attract people who inspire me. I choose environments that encourage growth. I become stronger every day. I become wiser every day. I become more confident every day. I learn from others. I grow with others. I rise with others. Again. I choose positive influences. I choose wise relationships. I choose growth. I choose a better future. I surround myself with people who inspire me. Imagine your future self speaking to you. They say, "Thank you for protecting your environment. Thank you for choosing people who encourage your growth. Thank you for believing that your circle matters." Because your environment can shape your future. Your conversations can shape your future. Your influences can shape your future. Choose wisely. Choose growth. Choose relationships that push you forward. Because once you begin surrounding yourself with successful and positive people, you are ready for the next principle of getting rich. You must develop a mindset of abundance and believe that greater things are possible for your life. Point 9. Develop an abundance mindset. The ninth thing you must do if you want to become rich is to develop an abundance mindset. Because before you become wealthy in your bank account, you often become wealthy in your thinking. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in abundance. And breathe out limitation. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Because this lesson can completely transform the way you see your future. Many people live with a scarcity mindset. They believe there are not enough opportunities. They believe there is not enough money. They believe success belongs only to a few people. They believe other people's success means there is less success available for them. But wealthy people often think differently. They believe opportunities can be created. They believe skills can be learned. They believe growth is possible. They believe there is room for them to succeed. Think about the ocean. Can you count all the drops of water in the ocean? No. The ocean is vast and abundant. Opportunities can be like that. Ideas can be like that. Possibilities can be like that. The world is full of opportunities waiting to be discovered. But if you believe there is nothing available for you, you stop looking. You stop trying. You stop believing. And when you stop believing, you stop growing. There were once two friends. The first friend always said, "There are no opportunities. Nobody becomes successful. I'll never get ahead." Because of these beliefs, he stopped trying. The second friend said, "There must be a way. There is always something new to learn. There are opportunities one haven't seen yet." Because of this mindset, he kept searching. He kept learning. He kept growing. Years later, his life looked completely different. The difference was not intelligence. The difference was mindset. Another story. A young woman dreamed of owning a business. But she constantly told herself, "I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough experience." One day, she changed her thinking. She began saying, "I can learn. I can improve. I can grow." That one change in mindset changed her actions. She started learning. She started building. And eventually, she became successful. Never underestimate the power of your thoughts. Because your thoughts influence your decisions. Your decisions influence your actions. And your actions influence your future. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You believe in possibilities. You believe in growth. You believe that opportunities exist. You believe you can learn and improve. Now imagine the confidence you feel. Imagine the doors that begin to open. Imagine the new ideas. Imagine the new opportunities. Imagine the new life you are creating. That future begins with a decision. The decision to think abundantly. The decision to think bigger. The decision to believe that more is possible. Ask yourself, what beliefs have been limiting me? What opportunities have I ignored because of fear? What could happen if I believed that greater things were possible? How would I act if I truly believed in abundance? What kind of future could I create? Remember this. An abundance mindset does not mean ignoring reality. It means believing that growth is possible. It means believing that there is more to learn. It means believing that your future can be better than your present. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I think abundantly. I believe in possibilities. I believe in growth. I believe in opportunities. I attract abundance into my life. I attract new ideas. I attract new opportunities. I believe there is enough success for everyone. I celebrate the success of others. I learn from successful people. I release limiting beliefs. I release fear. I release scarcity thinking. I choose possibility. I choose faith. I choose growth. I believe in my ability to succeed. I believe in my ability to learn. I believe in my ability to create wealth. I become more positive every day. I become more confident every day. I become more open to opportunities every day. I trust that greater things are possible. I trust that my future can improve. I trust that I can grow. I think bigger. I dream bigger. I believe bigger. I attract abundance. I create abundance. I live with gratitude. Again. I think abundantly. I believe in opportunities. I believe in growth. I believe in my future. I welcome abundance into my life. Imagine your future self standing before you. They are smiling. They are confident. They are financially secure. They say, "Thank you for changing your thinking. Thank you for believing in possibilities. Thank you for refusing to think small." Because every great achievement begins with a thought. Every business begins with an idea. Every success story begins with belief. Do not limit yourself. Do not limit your dreams. Do not limit your future. Think bigger. Believe bigger. Expect greater things. Because when your mindset changes, your actions begin to change. And when your actions change, your life begins to change. Once you develop an abundance mindset, you are ready for the final principle of getting rich. You must take action and remain consistent until your dreams become reality. Point 10. Take action and stay consistent until you succeed. The 10th and final thing you must do if you want to become rich is to take action and stay consistent until you succeed. Because knowledge without action changes nothing. Dreams without action remain dreams. Goals without action remain wishes. And ideas without action never become reality. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in courage. And breathe out procrastination. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Because this may be the most important lesson of all. Many people know what they should do. They know they should save. They know they should invest. They know they should learn new skills. They know they should start a business. They know they should improve themselves. But knowing and doing are not the same. The world is full of people with good intentions. But wealth is often built by people who take action. There were once two friends. Both wanted to become rich. Both had dreams. Both had ideas. The first friend spent years planning. He wanted everything to be perfect. He kept saying, "I'll start next month. I'll start next year. I'll start when the time is right." But the perfect time never came. The second friend started with what he had. He didn't know everything. He wasn't perfect. He made mistakes. He failed many times. But he kept going. Years later, one man still had dreams. The other man had results. The difference was action. Remember this. You do not have to be great to start. But you must start if you want to become great. Think about a person planting a tree. They do not plant a seed today and expect a giant tree tomorrow. They water it. They protect it. They remain patient. They remain consistent. And over time, the tree grows. Success works the same way. Riches are usually built little by little, day by day, habit by habit, decision by decision. Another story. A young woman wanted to become financially free. She decided to save a small amount every month. At first, it seemed insignificant. But she remained consistent. Years later, those small actions produced big results. Most people underestimate the power of consistency. Small actions repeated for years can completely change a life. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You stayed consistent. You kept learning. You kept saving. You kept investing. You kept growing. You never gave up. Now imagine the person you have become. Imagine the confidence. Imagine the peace. Imagine the opportunities. Imagine the freedom. That future is being created by the actions you take today. Ask yourself, what dream have I delayed? What action can I take today? What habit should I start immediately? What small step can I repeat every day? What would happen if I stayed consistent for the next 5 years? Take another deep breath. And remember this. You do not need giant actions. You need consistent actions. 1 page read every day. 1 lesson learned every day. $1 saved every day. 1 improvement every day. 1 step every day. Small actions become big transformations. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I take action. I move forward. I begin today. I stay consistent. I trust the process. I believe in my dreams. I believe in my future. I believe in my ability to succeed. I take small steps every day. I improve every day. I grow every day. I remain disciplined. I remain focused. I remain committed. I never give up. I keep learning. I keep building. I keep moving forward. I trust that my efforts will produce results. I am patient. I am persistent. I am determined. I create my future through my actions. I create wealth through consistency. I become stronger every day. I become wiser every day. I become wealthier every day. I attract opportunities. I attract success. I attract abundance. I believe that my best days are ahead of me. Again. I take action. I stay consistent. I trust the process. I believe in my future. I keep moving forward. Imagine your future self standing before you. They are successful. They are peaceful. They are financially free. They smile and say, "Thank you for starting. Thank you for not quitting. Thank you for staying consistent." Because every great achievement begins with a single step. Every business begins with one decision. Every investment begins with one action. Every success story begins with someone deciding to start. Remember this powerful truth. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates growth. And growth creates results. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Do not wait until you know everything. Do not wait until fear disappears. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. And keep going. Because your future is not created in one day. It is created every day. One choice at a time. One habit at a time. One action at a time. So take action. Stay consistent. Believe in yourself. Trust the process. And never stop moving toward your dreams. Because the rich are not simply people who dreamed. They are people who acted. They are people who persisted. They are people who stayed consistent long enough to see their dreams become reality. And starting today. Point 1. Take responsibility for your financial life. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in hope. And breathe out every excuse. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Because the first step toward getting rich is not finding more money. It is taking responsibility for your financial life. This may sound simple. But it is one of the hardest lessons many people ever learn. Most people spend years blaming their circumstances. They blame the economy. They blame their family. They blame their education. They blame the government. They blame bad luck. And while some of these things can make life difficult, there is one truth that can change everything. You cannot control everything that happens to you. But you can control your response. And your response can change your future. Imagine two people standing in the middle of a storm. Both are facing challenges. Both are struggling. The first person says, "There is nothing I can do." The second person says, "I may not control the storm, but I can control my next step." 5 years later, one person is still standing in the same place. The other has built a better life. The difference was responsibility. There was once a young man who grew up in poverty. Every day he complained. He complained about his parents. He complained about his neighborhood. He complained about having no opportunities. One day, an old man asked him, "If someone gave you $1 million today, would your life change?" The young man said, "Of course." The old man smiled and said, "Then your problem is not your past. Your problem is that you are waiting for someone else to change your life." Those words changed the young man's thinking. He stopped waiting. He started learning. He started improving. He started taking responsibility. Years later, his life looked completely different. Not because someone rescued him, but because he decided to rescue himself. Take another deep breath. Think about your own life. What have you been blaming? What have you been waiting for? What dream have you delayed because you felt your circumstances were against you? Today is the day to stop waiting. Today is the day to take ownership. Because responsibility is power. The moment you say, "My future is my responsibility," you take your power back. Another story. A farmer had 2 sons. Both inherited the same piece of land. The first son looked at the dry soil and said, "This land is useless." The second son looked at the same land and said, "What can I do to make this land better?" The first son did nothing. The second son worked. He planted seeds. He learned. He remained patient. Years later, one son remained poor. The other built a successful farm. The same land. Different attitudes. The same challenges. Different decisions. Your financial life is often the same. Two people can start from similar situations and end up with completely different results because one person decides to take responsibility. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You stopped making excuses. You stopped blaming. You started learning. You started saving. You started investing. You started taking action. Now imagine the confidence you feel. Imagine the peace. Imagine the opportunities. Imagine becoming the kind of person who knows, I can change my future. That future begins with one decision. The decision to take responsibility. There is a powerful truth about successful people. They ask different questions. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? They ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of saying, why am I so unlucky? They ask, what can I do differently? Instead of saying, someone needs to help me. They ask, how can I help myself? Questions change lives. Ask better questions, and you begin to discover better answers. Take another deep breath. Imagine that today is the first day of a new chapter. You no longer see yourself as a victim of your circumstances. You see yourself as the author of your future. You begin making different choices. You begin taking different actions. And slowly, your life begins to change. Remember this. Small decisions create big futures. Saving a little money. Learning a new skill. Reading a good book. Avoiding unnecessary spending. Starting a small business. These small actions may seem insignificant today, but over time, they can completely transform your life. Now let us slow down. Take a deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I take responsibility for my life. I take responsibility for my future. I am the author of my story. I have the power to change. I can learn. I can grow. I can improve. I choose action over excuses. I choose responsibility over blame. I choose growth over fear. I believe in my ability to succeed. I believe in my future. I believe in my potential. I take ownership of my financial life. I make wise decisions. I create new opportunities. I become stronger every day. I become wiser every day. I become more disciplined every day. I attract positive change. I attract growth. I attract abundance. I release excuses. I release blame. I release fear. I release limiting beliefs. I trust myself. I trust the process. I trust that I can create a better future. I am capable. I am determined. I am resilient. I keep moving forward. I take action. I stay committed. I become better every day. Again. I take responsibility. I take action. I believe in myself. I create my future. I choose growth. I choose abundance. I choose change. Take another deep breath. Now ask yourself these questions. What areas of my financial life need more responsibility? What excuses have I been holding on to? What one action can I take today? What kind of person do I need to become to achieve my dreams? If I fully accepted responsibility for my future, what would I do differently starting today? Sit with those questions. Reflect on them. Because the quality of your future depends on the quality of the decisions you make today. Imagine your future self standing in front of you. They are successful. They are peaceful. They are financially free. They smile and say, "Thank you for taking responsibility. Thank you for believing in yourself. Thank you for starting." Because the moment you stop blaming and start building, everything begins to change. Your habits change. Your mindset changes. Your actions change. And eventually, your life changes. Remember this powerful truth. Nobody can want your dreams more than you. Nobody can build your future for you. Nobody can walk your journey for you. The responsibility is yours. And that is not bad news. That is wonderful news. Because if your future is your responsibility, then your future is also in your hands. Take one final deep breath. and say these words: I take responsibility for my financial life. I take responsibility for my future. I choose action. I choose growth. I choose abundance. And starting today, I begin creating the life I truly deserve. Point 2. Learn high-income skills. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine two people standing at the starting line of life. Both are the same age. Both have big dreams. Both want financial freedom. Both want to become rich. 10 years later, one is struggling to pay bills while the other has built wealth, confidence, and opportunities. What made the difference? It wasn't luck. It wasn't where they were born. It wasn't even how much money they started with. The difference was what they decided to learn. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in possibility. And breathe out every excuse. Because this lesson can completely change your future. The truth is simple. Your income is often a reflection of your value. And your value is often a reflection of your skills. The world pays people who can solve problems. The world rewards people who can create value. The world notices people who can do things that others cannot do. A person who knows how to sell can create opportunities. A person who knows how to communicate can influence people. A person who knows how to market can build businesses. A person who knows how to create content can reach millions. A person who knows how to solve problems becomes valuable. And valuable people usually don't chase money. Money begins to chase them. There was once a young man who worked as a cleaner. Every day he watched successful people entering the office building where he worked. Nice cars. Beautiful clothes. Confident smiles. For years he believed they were simply lucky. Then one evening he asked one of the businessmen a question. How did you become successful? The man smiled and said, I became useful. The young cleaner didn't understand. The businessman continued, I learned skills that helped other people solve problems. That answer changed everything. The young man began studying after work. He learned communication. He learned sales. He learned computers. He learned marketing. For 2 years nothing seemed to change. People laughed at him. Some told him he was wasting his time. But he continued. Then one day an opportunity appeared. Someone needed the exact skill he had spent years learning. His life changed. A few years later he was no longer cleaning the building. He owned his own company. What changed? His skills changed. And when his skills changed, his life changed. Take another deep breath. Think about this. If someone gave you $1 million today, but took away all your knowledge and skills tomorrow, would you remain rich? Probably not. But if someone took away all your money and left you with your skills, you could build again. Because skills are assets. Skills cannot be stolen. Skills travel with you. Skills create opportunities everywhere. There is a famous saying, if you want a different life, become a different person. And one of the fastest ways to become a different person is to learn something new. Another story. There were two brothers. One spent every evening watching television. The other spent every evening learning. At first, there was no visible difference. 1 year passed. Nothing changed. 2 years passed. Still nothing. But by the 5th year, the difference became enormous. One brother remained exactly the same. The other had become highly skilled. He knew how to solve problems. He knew how to communicate. He knew how to create opportunities. And because of those skills, his income increased. People called him lucky. But they never saw the thousands of hours he spent learning. Remember this. People often see success. They rarely see preparation. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine that every skill you learn is a key. One key opens the door to a new opportunity. Another key opens the door to a new relationship. Another key opens the door to a new business. Another key opens the door to financial freedom. Now imagine yourself carrying more and more keys. You become more confident. You become more valuable. You become more useful. And your world begins to expand. That is the power of learning. Another story. A young woman worked in a small restaurant. She dreamed of having a better life. But she had very little money. One day she decided to spend 1 hour every evening learning video editing. The first week was difficult. The first month was frustrating. She wanted to quit many times. But she stayed consistent. 6 months later she got her first client. 1 year later she was earning more money than she had ever earned before. 2 years later she had her own business. All because she learned one skill. Never underestimate one skill. One skill can change your income. One skill can change your confidence. One skill can change your family tree. Take another deep breath. Now imagine yourself 5 years from today. You committed to learning. You read books. You watched courses. You practiced daily. You became highly skilled. Imagine waking up with confidence. Imagine having opportunities. Imagine people seeking your knowledge. Imagine being able to help your family. Imagine having financial freedom. That future is possible. But it starts with a decision. The decision to stop consuming and start learning. The decision to stop making excuses and start growing. The decision to invest in yourself. Because the greatest investment you will ever make is not in stocks. Not in real estate. Not in business. It is the investment you make in your own mind. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I invest in myself. I become more valuable every day. I learn new skills. I grow every day. I improve every day. I enjoy learning. I enjoy becoming better. I develop high-income skills. I create opportunities through knowledge. I create wealth through value. I become more confident every day. I become more disciplined every day. I become more useful every day. I believe in my potential. I believe in my future. I believe in my ability to learn. I am capable of mastering new skills. I am capable of changing my life. I attract opportunities. I attract growth. I attract success. I use my time wisely. I invest in my mind. I develop my gifts. I develop my talents. I create value for others. I become an expert. I become resourceful. I become wiser every day. I never stop learning. I never stop growing. I never stop improving. My knowledge creates opportunities. My skills create income. My value creates wealth. I am building a prosperous future. Again. I learn. I grow. I improve. I become valuable. I create opportunities. I build my future. Take one final deep breath. Now ask yourself, what skill could completely change my life? What have I been postponing? What can I begin learning today? Who could I become in 5 years if I never stopped growing? Because one book can change your thinking. One lesson can change your direction. One skill can change your income. And one decision to invest in yourself can change your entire life forever. Premium lesson: don't spend your life wishing for opportunities. Build the skills that create them. Point 3. Master the art of money management. Imagine two people. The first person earns $10,000 every month. The second person earns $2,000 every month. 10 years later, the first person is drowning in debt. The second person owns investments, has savings, and enjoys financial peace. How is that possible? Because getting rich is not only about making money. It is also about managing money. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in wisdom. And breathe out financial confusion. Because this lesson can save you years of struggle. Many people believe, if I could just make more money, all my problems would disappear. But history has shown something different. There are people who won millions in the lottery and became broke again. There are athletes who earned fortunes and lost everything. There are celebrities who made more money than they could spend and still ended up in debt. Why? Because money without wisdom disappears. Money is a terrible master but a wonderful servant. If you don't control your money, Your money will control you. There was once a young man who received his first big paycheck. He was excited. He bought expensive clothes. He bought a new phone. He took his friends out. He wanted to look successful. At the end of the month, he had nothing left. The next month, he did the same thing. And the next month. Years passed. His income increased. But his financial problems also increased. Because his habits never changed. Then there was another young man. His salary was much smaller. But every month, he followed a simple plan. Some money was for his needs. Some money was for savings. Some money was for investments. Some money was for learning. He lived below his means. 10 years later, his life looked completely different. The difference was not income. The difference was management. Take another deep breath. Imagine that your money is like water. Every month, water flows into your bucket. But if your bucket has holes, the water disappears. What are the holes? Impulse spending. Bad debt. Trying to impress people. Lack of planning. Poor financial habits. No matter how much water enters the bucket, it keeps leaking out. The first step to wealth is learning how to close those holes. Another story. An old man was once asked, "What is the secret of your financial success?" He smiled and said, "I always spent less than I earned." The young man asking the question looked disappointed. He thought the answer would be something complicated. But wealth is often built on simple habits practiced consistently. Spend less than you earn. Save consistently. Invest wisely. Avoid unnecessary expenses. Repeat. Again and again. That is how many people quietly build wealth. Take another deep breath. Now imagine receiving $1 million today. Close your eyes. Really imagine it. How would you use it? Would you spend everything? Would you buy things to impress people? Or would you make decisions that create a better future? Your answer says a lot about your money mindset. Because if you cannot manage a little money, managing a lot of money becomes difficult. Wealth begins with habits, not with numbers. Another story. A woman worked as a teacher for 30 years. She never had a huge salary. She never won the lottery. She never became famous. But she lived wisely. She saved. She invested. She avoided unnecessary debt. By retirement, she had built a comfortable and peaceful life. People called her lucky. But there was nothing lucky about it. It was discipline. Small, wise decisions repeated for years created extraordinary results. Remember this. Big wealth is often built by small habits. $1 saved. One unnecessary purchase avoided. One wise decision. Then another. Then another. Close your eyes again. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You manage money wisely. You know exactly where your money goes. You save consistently. You invest regularly. You no longer worry about every bill. You feel peace. You feel confidence. You feel secure. That future starts with one decision. The decision to become a good manager of money. Because money loves responsibility. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I am wise with money. I manage money well. I respect money. I make smart financial decisions. I spend with purpose. I save consistently. I invest wisely. I become more disciplined every day. I control my finances. I do not let money control me. I build healthy financial habits. I make wise choices. I prepare for my future. I become financially responsible. I become financially strong. I create financial peace. I think long term. I attract financial wisdom. I build wealth patiently. I become better with money every day. I respect every dollar. I value financial discipline. I create abundance through good habits. I make decisions that my future self will thank me for. I am becoming financially free. Again. I am wise with money. I manage money well. I build wealth patiently. I respect my future. I'd become financially free. Take another deep breath. And ask yourself these questions. Where does my money go every month? What habits are hurting my finances? What unnecessary expenses can I remove? What would happen if I saved consistently for 5 years? What kind of financial future do I want? Think deeply. Because one financial decision today can completely change your tomorrow. Remember this powerful truth. Making money is important. But keeping money is wisdom. Growing money is freedom. And mastering money management is one of the greatest skills you can ever learn. Because when you become a good manager of money, money begins to work for you instead of against you. And once you master the art of money management, you are ready for the next principle of getting rich. You must learn how to save and invest for the future. Income that determines your wealth. It's the quality of your financial habits. Point 4. Plant financial seeds. Save and invest for the future. Imagine 2 farmers. The first farmer eats every seed he harvests. The second farmer eats some of his harvest, but he carefully saves some seeds and plants them again. 10 years later, which farmer will have a bigger harvest? The answer is obvious. The second farmer. Because he understood something powerful. You must plant today if you want to harvest tomorrow. Money works exactly the same way. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in patience. And breathe out impatience. Because one of the biggest reasons people never become wealthy is that they consume everything they earn. They spend today and forget about tomorrow. But wealthy people think differently. They understand that every dollar can become a worker. Every dollar can become a seed. Every dollar can grow into something bigger. The secret is simple. Save some. Invest some. And let time do the rest. There was once a young man named David. David got his first job and promised himself, "When I make more money, I'll start saving." But every time his income increased, his spending increased too. A new phone. New clothes. More entertainment. Bigger expenses. Years passed. He earned more than ever before. But he still had nothing. Then there was another young woman named Grace. She made much less money than David. But every month, she saved a small amount. Every month, she invested a small amount. At first, the amount looked insignificant. But she stayed consistent. 5 years later, her savings had grown. 10 years later, she had built wealth. The difference was not income. The difference was habits. Take another deep breath. Many people underestimate the power of small actions. They think, it's only a small amount. It's not enough. It won't make a difference. But a seed also looks small. Yet inside that tiny seed is the potential for a mighty tree. Small savings can become large savings. Small investments can become large investments. Small habits can create extraordinary futures. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine planting a mango seed. The next day you come back. Nothing. The next week. Still nothing. The next month. Still nothing. Would you dig it up? Of course not. You trust the process. You know that growth takes time. Investing is exactly the same. Many people quit because they don't see immediate results. But wealth is often built slowly, quietly, patiently. And then one day, the harvest arrives. Another story. An elderly man was once asked, "How did you become financially comfortable?" He smiled and said, "I started early." The young man looked confused. The old man continued, "I didn't save huge amounts. I simply started early and remained consistent." That is one of the greatest financial secrets in the world. Start now. Not next year. Not when you become rich. Not when you have more money. Start now. Because time is one of the greatest wealth-building tools. Imagine 2 people. One starts investing at age 25. The other starts at age 45. Even if the second person saves more money every month, the first person often ends up with more wealth because of one powerful force. Time. Time allows money to grow. Time allows investments to multiply. Time rewards patience. Take another deep breath. Now imagine yourself 10 years from today. You decided to save. You decided to invest. You stayed patient. You stayed disciplined. Now imagine opening your account. Imagine seeing growth. Imagine having financial security. Imagine having options. Imagine being able to help your family. Imagine having peace. That future starts with one decision. The decision to plant financial seeds today. Remember this. The best time to plant a tree was years ago. The second best time is today. The same is true for saving and investing. Another story. A woman earned a modest salary. Nothing extraordinary. But every month she saved a little. Every month she invested a little. Her friends laughed at her. They said, "Enjoy your money now. You are too serious." Years later, the same friends were struggling financially. But the woman had built freedom. Because she understood something important. Temporary pleasure can steal future peace. Delayed gratification can create future abundance. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I save consistently. I invest wisely. I think long term. I prepare for my future. I plant financial seeds. I build wealth patiently. I become financially disciplined. I become financially wise. I respect my future. I make smart financial decisions. I create financial security. I create financial freedom. I trust the process. I understand the power of patience. I become wealthier every day. I save with purpose. I invest with confidence. I create abundance. I create opportunities. I think beyond today. I think about tomorrow. I value my future. I build a strong foundation. I become financially stronger every day. Again. I save. I invest. I stay patient. I trust the process. I build wealth one step at a time. Take another deep breath. And ask yourself, what financial seeds am I planting today? What habits are building my future? What would happen if I saved consistently for 10 years? What kind of life do I want in the future? What small action can I take today? Think deeply. Because your future is being built right now. One decision at a time. $1 at a time. One habit at a time. Remember this powerful truth. Money spent is gone. Money saved creates security. Money invested creates freedom. And money multiplied creates opportunities. So start today. Plant your seeds. Protect them. Nurture them. Stay patient. Because one day, you will enjoy the harvest. And once you learn to save and invest for the future, you are ready for the next principle of getting rich. You must learn how to avoid bad debt and unnecessary spending. Premium lesson: wealth is not built overnight. It is planted like a seed, watered with discipline, and harvested through patience. Point 5. Escape the trap of bad debt and master your spending. Imagine two people receiving the exact same salary. Every month, they earn the same amount of money. But 10 years later, one person is financially free, while the other is drowning in debt. What happened? The answer is simple. One person learned how to control money. The other allowed money to control them. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in wisdom. And breathe out financial stress. Because this lesson can protect your future. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that becoming rich is all about earning more money. No. Sometimes, becoming rich is about keeping more of the money you already earn. Because it doesn't matter how much water enters your bucket if there are holes at the bottom. And those holes often come in the form of unnecessary spending, impulse buying, bad debt, trying to impress people, living beyond your means. There was once a young man named Daniel. The moment he received his salary, he started spending. New clothes, new gadgets, expensive restaurants, luxury items. He wanted people to think he was successful. By the middle of the month, he had no money left. Then he borrowed. The next month he borrowed again. And again. Years passed. His salary increased. But his debt also increased. The more he earned, the more he spent. Because his problem was not income. His problem was habits. Then there was another young man named Michael. His salary was smaller. But he followed one simple rule. If I can't afford it, I wait. He bought only what he truly needed. He saved first. He invested first. He planned his spending. 10 years later, Michael had peace. He had savings. He had investments. He had options. The difference was not how much they earned. The difference was how they managed what they earned. Take another deep breath. Think about this. Many people buy things they do not need. With money they do not have. To impress people they do not even like. And then they wonder why they cannot get ahead financially. Real wealth is often quiet. Real wealth doesn't need to show off. Real wealth creates peace. Real wealth creates freedom. Another story. A wealthy businessman once said, "The reason I became financially successful is because I learned the difference between wanting something and needing something." That lesson changed his life. Because wants are endless. There will always be another phone. Another car. Another fashion trend. Another thing to buy. But wisdom teaches us to pause and ask, do I need this? Or do I simply want it? This one question can save you thousands. Take another deep breath. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack. At first, it feels manageable. Then someone puts a few bricks inside. Then a few more. Then a few more. Eventually, the backpack becomes too heavy to carry. Bad debt works exactly like that. At first, it seems small. Then it grows. And grows. And grows. Until it steals your peace. It steals your opportunities. It steals your future. That is why wise people are careful about debt. Not all debt is bad. Some debt can help build businesses or investments. But debt used to buy unnecessary things can become a trap. A trap that keeps people working for years. A trap that keeps people stressed. A trap that delays financial freedom. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine your future self. You have little or no unnecessary debt. You spend wisely. You save consistently. You invest regularly. You sleep peacefully. You are not worried about bills. You are not trapped by payments. Imagine the freedom. Imagine the peace. That future starts with decisions you make today. Another story. There was an elderly woman who never earned a huge income. But she lived below her means. When others upgraded their lifestyles, she remained disciplined. When others borrowed money to impress people, she remained patient. When others spent everything, she saved. Years later, she became financially secure. People thought she had been lucky. No. She had simply mastered the art of spending wisely. Remember this. Financial freedom is not created by earning more and more. It is created by making wise decisions over and over again. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I spend wisely. I respect money. I avoid unnecessary debt. I control my spending. I make wise financial decisions. I live below my means. I choose peace over pressure. I choose freedom over appearances. I spend with purpose. I save with purpose. I invest with purpose. I become more disciplined every day. I become wiser every day. I become financially stronger every day. I respect my future. I value financial peace. I protect my finances. I think before I buy. I delay unnecessary pleasure. I create healthy financial habits. I make decisions that my future self will thank me for. I build wealth patiently. I attract financial wisdom. I become financially free. Again. I spend wisely. I avoid bad debt. I choose financial peace. I create a better future. Take another deep breath. And ask yourself, What unnecessary expenses are stealing my future? What purchases do I regret? Am I spending to improve my life or to impress people? What financial habits need to change today? What kind of future do I want? Because every purchase is a vote for your future. Every dollar you spend says something about your priorities. Every financial decision shapes the life you will live tomorrow. Remember this powerful truth. A rich life is not built by buying everything you want. It is built by learning to control your desires. By learning to say, "Not now. I'll wait. I'll choose my future over temporary pleasure." Because discipline today creates freedom tomorrow. And once you master your spending and escape the trap of bad debt, you are ready for the next principle of getting rich. You must learn how to create multiple streams of income. Premium lesson: it's not what you earn that determines your future, it's what you keep, protect, and wisely use. Point 6. Create multiple streams of income. Imagine a beautiful table with only one leg. Would you trust it? Probably not. Why? Because one leg is not enough to support the weight. Now imagine a table with 4 strong legs. It is stable. It is secure. It can carry much more weight. Your financial life works exactly the same way. Many people depend on only one source of income. One salary. One job. One customer. One business. And when that one source disappears, their entire financial life shakes. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in opportunity. And breathe out limitation. Because one of the greatest financial lessons you can learn is this: never depend entirely on one source of income. The wealthy understand something that many people never learn. They build multiple streams of income. They create different ways for money to enter their lives. Why? Because they understand that security comes from diversification. There was once a man named Samuel. For 20 years he worked at the same company. He believed his job was secure. He believed nothing would ever change. Then one morning he arrived at work and received terrible news. The company was downsizing. He lost his job. In one day, his only source of income disappeared. He was afraid. He was stressed. He did not know what to do. Then there was another man named Peter. Peter also had a job. But after work, he learned new skills. He started a small online business. He invested. He did freelance work. He created other sources of income. When his company faced difficulties, he remained calm. Because he had more than one financial leg supporting his life. The difference was not luck. The difference was preparation. Take another deep breath. Think about a river. A river has many small streams feeding it. If one stream dries up, the river still flows. Your finances should work the same way. The more healthy streams of income you create, the stronger your financial future becomes. Now, this does not mean you need 10 businesses tomorrow. It means you begin building. One step at a time. One skill at a time. One opportunity at a time. Another story. A young woman loved baking. Every weekend she made cakes for her family. One day, a friend asked, "Can I buy one?" Then another person asked. Then another. What started as a hobby slowly became an income stream. Years later, she owned a successful bakery. Never underestimate your gifts. Never underestimate your talents. Sometimes the thing you do for fun can become an opportunity. Sometimes your knowledge can become income. Sometimes your passion can become a business. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You still have your main income. But now you also have investments. Perhaps you have a small business. Perhaps you earn money from a skill. Perhaps you have another source of income growing quietly. Imagine the confidence. Imagine the peace. Imagine knowing that your future does not depend on one paycheck. That future can begin today. Another story. A school teacher decided to learn video editing. At first, she only wanted a hobby. Months later, people began paying her for her work. A few years later, her side income became larger than her salary. All because she decided to learn one skill. One skill. One opportunity. One decision. That is how many financial transformations begin. Take another deep breath. Ask yourself, what skills do I already have? What problems can I solve? What talents have I ignored? What can I start building today? Because your future may be hidden inside abilities you have not fully developed. Remember this. Do not wait until you need another income. Start building before you need it. Plant seeds before the storm comes. Prepare before opportunities appear. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I create opportunities. I build multiple streams of income. I develop my talents. I use my gifts wisely. I become more resourceful every day. I attract opportunities. I attract abundance. I create value for others. I believe in my potential. I believe in my future. I am capable of building wealth. I learn new skills. I think creatively. I think abundantly. I welcome new opportunities. I create financial security. I create financial freedom. I become wiser every day. I become stronger every day. I become more valuable every day. I trust my ability to grow. I trust my ability to create. I build my future patiently. I never stop learning. I never stop improving. Again. I create opportunities. I build wealth. I think abundantly. I welcome new possibilities. I create multiple streams of income. Take one final deep breath. And imagine your future self standing before you. They are smiling. They are peaceful. They are financially secure. They say, "Thank you for building. Thank you for preparing. Thank you for creating more opportunities." Because one source of income may pay your bills, but multiple streams of income can create freedom. And freedom is one of the greatest forms of wealth. So start where you are. Use what you have. Learn what you need to learn. And begin building. Because the future belongs to people who create opportunities instead of waiting for them. Premium lesson: don't put your entire financial future on one paycheck. Build multiple streams of income, and you build multiple doors to freedom. Point 7. Never give up on your financial dreams. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in courage. And breathe out every fear of failure. Because this lesson is for everyone who has ever felt like quitting. Everyone who has ever been discouraged. Everyone who has ever looked at their dreams and wondered, will it ever happen for me? The truth is this. Every successful person has faced moments when they wanted to give up. The difference is that they didn't. Imagine a miner digging for gold. For days he digs. Nothing. For weeks he digs. Nothing. For months he digs. Still nothing. Then one day, he becomes tired and decides to quit. He sells the land and leaves. The new owner begins digging. After only 3 feet, he discovers gold. The first miner was only 3 feet away from his breakthrough. How many people quit when they are only a few steps away from success? How many dreams die because someone gave up too early? Take another deep breath. Think about a baby learning to walk. The baby falls. Then stands up. Falls again. Then stands up again. Imagine if the baby said, "I've failed 5 times. Walking isn't for me." It sounds ridiculous. Yet many adults do exactly that with their dreams. They fail once and quit. They fail twice and give up. They face rejection and stop trying. But success often belongs to the people who simply refuse to quit. There was once a young woman who wanted to start a business. Her first business failed. She lost money. People laughed at her. She tried again. The second business failed too. Her friends told her to stop dreaming. But she kept going. She learned from her mistakes. She improved. She tried again. Eventually, her third business became successful. Years later, people called her lucky. But it wasn't luck. It was persistence. The world celebrates success. but it rarely sees the years of struggle behind it. Take another deep breath. Remember this. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is often part of success. Every mistake teaches something. Every setback teaches something. Every disappointment teaches something. As long as you keep learning, you are still moving forward. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You didn't quit. You kept learning. You kept building. You kept believing. Now imagine looking back and saying, "I'm so glad I kept going." Imagine the pride. Imagine the confidence. Imagine the joy. That future is possible. But it belongs to people who keep moving forward. Another story. A farmer plants seeds in the ground. For weeks, he sees nothing. Yet he continues watering. He continues believing. Why? Because he understands something important. Growth is happening even when he cannot see it. Your dreams are often the same. You may not see immediate results. You may not see immediate success. But that does not mean nothing is happening. Sometimes your character is growing. Sometimes your knowledge is growing. Sometimes your discipline is growing. Sometimes your roots are becoming stronger. Never mistake a delay for failure. Never mistake slow progress for no progress. Take another deep breath. And ask yourself, what dream have I almost given up on? What lesson have my struggles taught me? What would happen if I stayed committed for 5 more years? Who could I become if I refused to quit? Remember this. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year, and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Big dreams take time. Big dreams require patience. Big dreams require persistence. Now repeat these words slowly and confidently. I never give up. I keep moving forward. I believe in my dreams. I believe in my future. I trust the process. I trust my journey. I grow through challenges. I learn through difficulties. I become stronger every day. I become wiser every day. I become more resilient every day. I refuse to quit. I refuse to give up on myself. I believe that my breakthrough is coming. I stay patient. I stay disciplined. I stay committed. I continue learning. I continue growing. I continue building. Every setback teaches me something valuable. Every obstacle makes me stronger. Every challenge prepares me for success. I am persistent. I am courageous. I am determined. I keep showing up. I keep believing. I keep moving forward. Again. I never give up. I trust my journey. I believe in my future. I stay committed. I keep going. Take another deep breath. Imagine your future self standing before you. They are successful. They are peaceful. They are financially free. They smile and say, "Thank you for not quitting. Thank you for believing when things became difficult. Thank you for continuing when others stopped." Listen to those words. Because your future is being built right now. One decision at a time. One effort at a time. One day at a time. Remember this powerful truth. Many people fail not because they lack talent. Not because they lack intelligence. But because they stop too soon. Do not stop. Do not quit. Do not abandon your dreams. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep believing. Because your breakthrough may be closer than you think. And one day, all the struggles, all the tears, and all the hard work will make sense. So hold on. Stay patient. Stay faithful. Stay committed. Because the person who refuses to give up has already won half the battle. And once you develop the power of persistence, you are ready for the next principle of getting rich. You must learn to surround yourself with successful and positive people. Premium lesson: success often belongs to the people who simply stayed in the game longer than everyone else. Point 8. Surround yourself with successful and positive people. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in inspiration. And breathe out negativity. Because one of the most important decisions you will ever make is deciding who you allow into your mind, your life, and your future. There is a saying: show me your friends, and I will show you your future. Think about that for a moment. The people around you influence your thoughts. Your thoughts influence your actions. Your actions influence your future. That means the people around you can either lift you up or pull you down. There was once a young eagle that accidentally grew up among chickens. Every day it watched the chickens scratch the ground. Every day it saw the chickens take tiny jumps. The eagle began to believe it was a chicken. It never tried to fly. One day, another eagle flew high above. The young eagle looked up in amazement and said, "What is that beautiful bird?" The chickens replied, "That's an eagle, but don't worry about it. You'll never fly like that." And so the eagle lived and died believing it was a chicken. The tragedy wasn't that it couldn't fly. The tragedy was that it never discovered who it truly was. Many people are like that eagle. They are surrounded by people who discourage them. People who laugh at their dreams. People who tell them they can't succeed. People who make them feel small. Eventually, they begin to believe those voices. Take another deep breath. Ask yourself, who is speaking into my life? Who is influencing my thinking? Who is shaping my beliefs? Because your environment matters. Your circle matters. Your conversations matter. There were two friends. The first spent all his time with negative people. Every time he talked about his dreams, they laughed. Every time he wanted to improve, they discouraged him. Every time he had an idea, they gave him reasons why it wouldn't work. Eventually, he stopped dreaming. The second friend chose a different environment. He read books written by successful people. He listened to inspiring messages. He found mentors. He spent time with people who believed in growth. Years later, his entire life had changed. The difference wasn't intelligence. The difference was influence. Remember this. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You often rise to the level of your environment. Take another deep breath. Imagine placing a piece of ice beside a fire. Eventually, the ice begins to melt. Now imagine placing a cold piece of metal into a blazing furnace. Eventually, it becomes hot. Why? Because environments change things. People change things. Influence changes things. Spend enough time around people who complain, and you may begin to complain. Spend enough time around people who make excuses, and you may begin to make excuses. Spend enough time around people who dream big, and you may begin to dream bigger. Spend enough time around disciplined people, and discipline begins to rub off on you. Success habits spread. Positive thinking spreads. Ambition spreads. Growth spreads. Another story. A young man wanted to become an entrepreneur, but nobody around him had ever started a business. Everyone told him it was impossible. One day he attended a seminar and met business owners. For the first time in his life, he saw ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Something changed inside him. He thought, if they can do it, maybe I can too. That one moment changed his life. Sometimes you don't need money. Sometimes you don't need connections. Sometimes you simply need a different environment. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You are surrounded by positive people. People who encourage your dreams. People who inspire you. People who challenge you to become better. People who celebrate your growth. Imagine the confidence you feel. Imagine the opportunities. Imagine the person you are becoming. That future begins with one decision. The decision to protect your environment. The decision to protect your mind. The decision to choose your influences wisely. Take another deep breath. And understand this. You do not need hundreds of friends. You need the right people. One mentor can change your life. One positive friend can change your direction. One encouraging conversation can change your future. One book can introduce you to a new way of thinking. One relationship can open doors you never imagined. Remember this. Not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay. Some people are lessons. Some people are blessings. Some people are distractions. Wisdom is knowing the difference. Take another deep breath. And repeat these words slowly and confidently. I surround myself with positive people. I choose relationships that help me grow. I attract wise and successful people. I protect my mind. I protect my dreams. I protect my future. I choose growth. I choose wisdom. I choose positive influences. I learn from successful people. I welcome encouragement. I release negativity. I release discouragement. I release limiting beliefs. I become stronger every day. I become wiser every day. I become more confident every day. I attract opportunities. I attract mentors. I attract growth. I believe in my future. I believe in my dreams. I believe in my potential. I choose environments that inspire me. I choose relationships that uplift me. I surround myself with people who make me better. I am becoming the person I was meant to be. Again. I choose positive influences. I choose growth. I choose wisdom. I choose a better future. Take one final deep breath. And imagine your future self standing before you. They are successful. They are peaceful. They are financially free. They smile and say, "Thank you for protecting your environment. Thank you for believing in yourself. Thank you for choosing relationships that helped you grow." Because your future is greatly influenced by the people you listen to today. Choose wisely. Dream boldly. Protect your mind. Protect your future. And never forget. You may not become exactly like the people around you, but you will almost certainly become more like them over time. So choose people who inspire you. Choose people who challenge you. Choose people who make you better. Because once you surround yourself with successful and positive people, you are ready for the next principle of getting rich. You must develop an abundance mindset and believe that greater things are possible for your life. Premium lesson: your environment is powerful. Choose relationships that nourish your dreams instead of destroying them. Point 9. Develop an abundance mindset. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in possibility. And breathe out limitation. Because the way you think about money, opportunities, and success can either build your future or destroy it. Many people live with what is called a scarcity mindset. A scarcity mindset says, "There isn't enough. There are no opportunities. Successful people are just lucky. I'll never get ahead. Rich people have all the advantages." These thoughts may seem harmless, but they become invisible chains that hold people back. Because if you believe opportunities do not exist, you stop looking for them. If you believe success is impossible, you stop trying. If you believe your future cannot change, you stop growing. Your beliefs shape your actions, and your actions shape your future. There was once a fisherman who lived beside a beautiful ocean. Every day he caught a few fish and sold them. One day a traveler asked him, "Why don't you fish farther out? There are more fish there." The fisherman replied, "No, there probably aren't." The next day, the traveler went farther into the ocean himself and returned with many fish. The opportunities had always been there. The fisherman simply didn't believe they existed. Many people live their lives this way. They sit beside an ocean of possibilities and never explore because they believe there is nothing more available to them. Take another deep breath. Imagine two gardens. One gardener believes, "This soil is useless," so he never plants anything. The second gardener believes, "This soil has potential," so he plants seeds, waters them, protects them. Months later, one garden is empty. The other is full of life. The difference wasn't the soil. The difference was belief. Your mind is like a garden. The thoughts you plant become the results you experience. Plant fear, and fear grows. Plant excuses, and excuses grow. Plant possibility, and possibility grows. Plant abundance, and abundance grows. Another story. A young man dreamed of becoming financially successful. But every time he had an idea, he immediately said, "It probably won't work." One day, his mentor asked him, "What if it does work?" That simple question changed his life. What if it works? What if your dreams are possible? What if your future can change? What if you are capable of much more than you imagine? Abundance thinking is not pretending that life is easy. It is choosing to believe that possibilities exist. It is believing that you can learn, that you can grow, that you can improve, that there is room for your success too. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine standing before a huge mountain. The mountain represents your dreams. A scarcity mindset says, "I'll never reach the top." An abundance mindset says, "It may take time, but I can climb." One person walks away. The other begins taking steps. Guess who eventually reaches the top? The person who believed it was possible. Take another deep breath. Remember this. There are billions of people in the world. Millions of businesses. Millions of opportunities. Millions of ideas. Millions of problems waiting for solutions. The world is full of possibilities. Sometimes we simply fail to see them because our thinking is too small. Another story. A woman lost her job. At first, she was devastated. She believed her future was ruined. Then she asked herself a different question. What opportunity might be hidden inside this challenge? She used her free time to learn a new skill. That skill eventually became her business. Losing her job became the beginning of a better life. An abundance mindset sees possibilities where others only see problems. Take another deep breath. Now imagine yourself 5 years from now. You believe in possibilities. You believe in growth. You believe in opportunities. You no longer think small. You no longer limit yourself. Imagine your confidence. Imagine your courage. Imagine the new doors that begin to open. That future starts with a decision. The decision to think differently. The decision to believe that greater things are possible. The decision to reject limitation. Take another deep breath. And ask yourself, what limiting beliefs have I been carrying? What opportunities have I ignored because of fear? What could happen if I believed in myself more? What would I attempt if I truly believed success was possible? Who could I become if I stopped thinking small? Think deeply. Because your answers may change your life. Now repeat these words slowly and confidently. I think abundantly. I believe in possibilities. I believe in opportunities. I believe in growth. I believe in my future. I reject limitation. I reject scarcity. I reject fear. I choose possibility. I choose faith. I choose growth. I welcome abundance into my life. I attract opportunities. I attract ideas. I attract wisdom. I attract success. I believe there is enough for everyone. I celebrate the success of others. I learn from successful people. I think bigger. I dream bigger. I expect greater things. I become more positive every day. I become more confident every day. I become more open to opportunities every day. I trust that my future can improve. I trust that greater things are possible. I am capable of creating a better life. I am capable of learning. I am capable of growing. I am capable of success. Again. I think abundantly. I believe in opportunities. I believe in growth. I believe in my future. I welcome abundance into my life. Take one final deep breath. Imagine your future self standing before you. They are smiling. They are peaceful. They are financially free. They say, "Thank you for believing. Thank you for thinking bigger. Thank you for refusing to limit yourself." Because every great achievement begins with a thought. Every successful business began as an idea. Every financial breakthrough began as a possibility. Every dream began with someone believing, "Maybe I can." Remember this powerful truth. Your life often moves in the direction of your strongest beliefs. So believe bigger. Dream bigger. Think bigger. Because the world is full of opportunities. And there is room for your success too. Once you develop an abundance mindset, you are ready for the final principle of getting rich. You must take action and remain consistent until your dreams become reality. Premium lesson: a scarcity mindset sees obstacles everywhere. An abundance mindset sees opportunities everywhere. The future you create depends greatly on which mindset you choose. Point 10. Take action and stay consistent until you succeed. Take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathe in courage. And breathe out procrastination. Because this final lesson may be the difference between a life of regret and a life of success. Many people have dreams. Many people have goals. Many people have brilliant ideas. But very few people take action. And even fewer people stay consistent. The graveyard is full of dreams that were never acted upon. Businesses that were never started. Books that were never written. Ideas that were never shared. Goals that were never pursued. Not because people lacked talent. Not because they lacked intelligence. But because they kept waiting. Waiting for the perfect time. Waiting until they felt ready. Waiting until they had more money. Waiting until fear disappeared. And while they waited, life kept moving. Remember this. The perfect moment rarely comes. You must begin before you feel ready. There was once a young man who dreamed of starting a business. For years he said, one day I'll start. One day I'll chase my dreams. But one day became 1 year. 1 year became 5 years. 5 years became 10 years. And nothing changed. Then there was another young man. He was afraid. He didn't know everything. He didn't have much money. But he took the first step. He started small. He made mistakes. He failed. He learned. He improved. He kept going. Years later, his small idea had become a successful business. The difference was not talent. The difference was action. Take another deep breath. Think about a ship. A ship sitting in the harbor is safe. But ships are not built to remain in the harbor. They are built to sail. You are the same. You were not created to spend your entire life waiting. You were created to move. To build. To learn. To grow. To take action. Another story. A farmer has seeds in his hand. The seeds are full of potential. But if he never plants them, nothing happens. The seeds remain seeds. Your dreams are exactly the same. Ideas are like seeds. Goals are like seeds. Talents are like seeds. If you never plant them through action, nothing changes. Potential without action remains potential. Take another deep breath. Now imagine 2 people going to the gym. The first person exercises for 1 week and quits. The second person exercises consistently for years. Who gets stronger? Consistency wins. Success is often less about intensity and more about consistency. Small actions repeated over time create extraordinary results. 1 page read every day. $1 saved every day. 1 lesson learned every day. 1 step forward every day. Small actions become great achievements. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You stayed consistent. You kept learning. You kept building. You kept showing up. You never gave up. Now imagine the person you have become. Confident. Disciplined. Successful. Financially secure. Imagine the peace. Imagine the joy. Imagine the pride. That future starts with what you decide to do today. Another story. There was once an old stone cutter. Every day he struck a giant rock with his hammer. 1 strike. Nothing happened. 10 strikes. Nothing happened. 100 strikes. Still nothing happened. But he kept going. Then on the 101st strike, the rock split in half. Did the final strike break the rock? No. Every strike mattered. Every effort mattered. Every day of consistency mattered. Your dreams are the same. You may not see results immediately. You may feel like nothing is changing. But every effort matters. Every lesson matters. Every action matters. Every day of consistency is shaping your future. Take another deep breath. Ask yourself, what dream have I delayed? What action can I take today? What small step can I repeat every day? Who could I become if I stayed consistent for 5 years? What would happen if I stopped waiting and started moving? Remember this. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is often very small. Successful people simply keep going longer. They keep showing up. They keep learning. They keep trying. They keep believing. Now repeat these words slowly and confidently. I take action. I move forward. I begin today. I stop waiting. I trust the process. I stay consistent. I keep learning. I keep growing. I keep building. I believe in my dreams. I believe in my future. I believe in my potential. I become stronger every day. I become more disciplined every day. I become more confident every day. I take small steps every day. I improve every day. I keep moving forward. I never give up. I trust my journey. I stay committed. I stay patient. I create my future through my actions. I create success through consistency. I become the person I dream of becoming. I am capable. I am determined. I am persistent. I am building a beautiful future. Again. I take action. I stay consistent. I trust the process. I believe in myself. I keep moving forward. Take one final deep breath. Now imagine your future self standing before you. They are successful. They are peaceful. They are financially free. They smile and say, "Thank you for starting. Thank you for not quitting. Thank you for staying consistent." Because every great achievement begins with one small action. Every business begins with one decision. Every success story begins with one step. Every dream becomes reality because someone decided, "I will begin today." Remember this powerful truth. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates growth. Growth creates results. And results create the life you once only dreamed about. So don't wait. Don't postpone your future. Don't let fear make your decisions. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. And keep going. Because your future is not created in one day. It is created every day. One habit at a time. One decision at a time. One action at a time. And if you keep moving, if you keep learning, if you keep believing, one day you will wake up and realize you became the person you once dreamed of becoming. You built the life you once prayed for. You achieved the goals that once seemed impossible. Because you took action. And you never stopped.